All right, we'll give this another shot. If this doesn't work, then I'm shutting her down. And I'm very disappointed. But I don't know why it would just randomly not work for us. And we've been doing this forever. So we'll see. I have not changed anything. The weather's bad. I don't know. Is there something with the weather? If this doesn't work, though, I'm shutting it down. Yeah, I still think Joel's going to win MVP too. To be honest with you, I think it's very possible. All right, now let me know if it's better. I can hear you smooth now, Brodes. I'm back better than ever. What's up? It's good. It's good. It's good. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Looks like it's doing better. Good. Sweet. Here we go. I'm glad that it's working now. All right, good. I don't know what happened. I reset my Wi-Fi. I reset my router. I kind of went for a reset here. What's up, everyone? What's going on? How are you? How are you? How are you? Nice. Now I feel like I'm all out of whack. We're 25 minutes into Coffee with Brodes. We had to shut down the stream. Now we're back. Had to reset the Wi-Fi. It's a crazy lifestyle we live, isn't it? I mean, it's nuts. What's up, everyone? Fran thinks that Joel Embiid's still going to win MVP. I mean, it's hard to make the argument that he's not. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, the Troy thing is ridiculous. I can't stand. I cannot stand this debate right now about Julian Edelman. That is a joke. I mean, that's a joke. In what universe would this man be in the Hall of Fame? Are you kidding? Like a slot receiver in Julian Edelman, who plays with the greatest quarterback of all time, is going to be in the Hall of Fame? Get the fuck out of here. That's garbage. $5 coming in from Just Call Me Flair, MVP'd. That's a great one. And I think what you saw last night of him with the finesse game and getting to the mid-range spots on the floor, everything that he was doing when he was dicing up those pieces yesterday was just ridiculous. I mean, if you don't have a huge smile on your face when watching him run up and down the floor and getting all, Embiid, he hits the three-pointer. What's he do? He does the celebration. He puts his arm onto the ground as he's running back on the defensive side. He was just absolutely electric. Absolutely electric. I mean, it's not so much about being overrated, underrated. Like, it's not to that level of, oh, well, Edelman's overrated. Not overrated. He was a nice player. Nice story, nice player. He served his role. He was good at what he did. Like, we're talking about Hall of Fame. We're talking, like, you think Tom Brady and Julian Edelman deserve to be recognized in the same museum? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, there's a bottom, there's a floor. Like, there's guys where Tom Brady's obviously at the top. Tom Brady's obviously the top of the top. Then there's guys that are on the bottom. There's a ceiling, there's a floor of a Hall of Fame. So clearly the floor is not going to be, the same level of insane player, but come on with this garbage. It just kind of shows you the society that we're in, that everybody deserves to get this recognition. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It's crazy. Yeah, people are saying that he won Super Bowls. Yeah, he won Super Bowls because of Tom Brady. He won Super Bowls because of Tom Brady. It's ridiculous. Just Call Me Flair, meant to be 10, but I can't wait for Embiid to sit on the Milwaukee Bucks logo. Giannis is a clown. Embiid's going to clap him. I got money on it. That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Just Call Me Flair, for all the support that you have shown throughout Coffee with Brodes and just throughout all the videos and all. Thank you so much for the donations. Yeah, I think the Bucks, whatever. I got my eyes set on Milwaukee, or excuse me, no, not Milwaukee. I got my eyes set on Brooklyn. I got my eyes set on the Brooklyn Nets, and I can't believe Doc after the game said, "Oh, we play who? Oh, we play the Nets next." I had no idea. Come on, Doc. What do you mean you had no idea? Stop it with that nonsense that you had no idea. Oh, I had no idea. Doc, what are you saying, dude? Right? Like, oh, it's the regular season. Doc, come on, man. You had no idea. What a joke. To expect anything full throttle with this Nets team would just not be doing yourself you're doing yourself a disservice, I should say. There's no way that the Brooklyn Nets are going to play everybody. I don't even know what is this. Is Kyrie Irving status up in arms right now? I know obviously James Harden is, but what's the latest on Kyrie Irving? Oh, scary injury after Bradley Beal falls on his. That's February 1st. That's February 1st, 2020. Kyrie Irving, LaMarcus all just ruled out on Monday against the Timberwolves. Oh, they didn't play that game because of everything that went down. Okay. Yeah, he was out because of personal reasons. He did that before when all of that when things went down. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of just did that. I mean, that's something that Kyrie Irving does do. So just based off of his track record, I mean, we can't rule that out. I'm not going into the mindset of you're going to see anything. You're not going to see anything related to full head of steam Brooklyn Nets, right? You're not going to see a James Harden. It's either a KD and Kyrie show or it's just a KD show. And unfortunately, you're going to be disappointed because you're not going to really know. You might see Ben be able to play hard on KD, but that changes the entire complexity and changes the whole entire team, right? Like you don't have the threat of these other guys, so you can play Kevin Durant a different way. You can structure your defense around Kevin Durant differently if there's no James Harden, if there's no Kyrie Irving. So it's just not the same. You hate how the Nets do that? Well, that's anybody, right? I mean, there's nothing you can do about James Harden being hurt. There's nothing you can do about Kevin Durant being hurt and you making sure that, you get him back on the floor when you can. I mean, it's just legitimate injury. It's the NBA regular season. Now we got a 7-game doubleheader. I know it sucks. Oh, here we go again. What's worse, 7-inning doubleheaders or the 10th inning runner rule? Probably 7-inning doubleheaders because you're now changing like the game. And that's not that you're not with the second runner and all, but you're missing out on 2 innings to come back. It's almost like we're going to play 2 periods of hockey instead of 3. Well, that's way worse than 3-on-3 overtime. 3-on-3 overtime is a fake version of hockey. The shootout is a fake version of hockey. I'd rather have the shootout than have 2 periods of hockey. Like you're changing how much time there is to actually play the game. I think the 7-inning doubleheader is worse for sure. KD is soft. Ben will lock him up easy. Ben is built different. KD has never faced a prime defender in Ben. Like, stop. Come on. What are you talking about? As if Kevin Durant going on an NBA Finals MVP run isn't facing anything close to Ben Simmons. Yes, you are. What do you mean? Sure you are. Come on, that's disrespect. As much as I want to praise Ben Simmons and I love his defense, to make it seem like Kevin Durant isn't the style of player that can go up again. For as great as Ben is defensively, that's how powerful Kevin Durant is offensively. There's going to be possessions where Ben will win. There's going to be possessions that KD will win. But to act as if we're going to go through this again. We did this yesterday. We did this throughout. Stop it. Like, what are you thinking? How does your brain work to think that Kevin Durant can't be good against the Sixers? Like, what? Like, let's be clear. That doesn't mean Ben Simmons won't have a steal. That doesn't mean Ben Simmons won't get the best of Kevin Durant on certain possessions. But you're making it seem like Kevin Durant can't counter. You're making it seem like Kevin Durant doesn't have a skill set, as if Kevin Durant's not one of the best fucking scorers we've ever seen. It's crazy. Yeah, he is trolling. He is trolling. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Brodes, what's the TV schedule going to be looking like for tonight? Do the Phillies take the big TV? Yes. Yes, I will go Phillies on the big TV. First off, the game's at 4 o'clock, the first one. So that gives us some time without anything else. And then the Flyers will be on the secondary TV for sure. So that's how it's going to all go down tonight. When Ben clamps him, I want a public apology. I am telling you. See, this is the problem with morons. Ben Simmons will have good moments against Kevin Durant. So when he has the good moment, oh, Brodes, I told you you're an idiot. No. Ben Simmons is a great defender. Ben Simmons will have nice, amazing plays against Kevin Durant. What I'm saying is to act as if Kevin Durant can't get the most of Ben Simmons, you're an idiot. To act as if Kevin Durant can't counter, you're a dumbass, right? Like there is the counter to all this where to act as if KD's track record of dominance doesn't play a role in effect at all, to act as if Kevin Durant never had to handle good defenders before, great defenders before, finals MVP. That speaks for itself. So, there's just there's a lot of idiots out there, and this happens to be one of them. I understand it's a troll. I know that it's a troll. Sometimes the troll wins. Right now, the troll ended up winning. Doesn't happen often for me, but sometimes they win. Now, it does look like my tweet is getting a lot of traction here when I did throw out that the Julian Edelman thing. Man, people are fired up. You're crazy if you think he's going to join this list. Here's 2 Hall of Famers, Harold Carmichael and Drew Pearson. You act like Lynn Statline's bad. It's not. Should Lynn be in? Probably not, but Edelman does not belong. Edelman throughout his prime was top 15 receiver. And when he was at his best, you can argue was top 5. I don't know what career you watch. I get he was never elite or game changer in the current NFL. But if you look on Football Reference, they have similar numbers. In quotes, people are laughing. This is hilarious. Julian Edelman isn't going to sniff the Hall of Fame. This conversation belongs dead. I agree. Like, where the hell did this conversation come at where people are seriously having this debate as if it can actually be debatable? This is one of those most nonsense conversations I've ever heard in my life. Let's just resurface the tweet here. My tweet was, the Julian Edelman Hall of Fame conversation might be the dumbest conversation I've ever heard in my life. And that's saying a lot considering I spend most of my days talking to Philadelphia sports fans. I think that that's a fine thing to say. Amazing. Who's starting game 2 for the Phillies today? That would be Aaron Nola. Now, the Eli conversation's interesting. Here's why I think the Eli Hall of Fame is interesting. One of my points was this. I said, no, he doesn't belong in there. The Hall of Fame isn't for the average. It's not for the good. And honestly, it's not even for the great players. It's for ones that leave a legacy. Because of the dynasty of the Patriots, and that plays a role in the success of Eli Manning and the story that we talk about with him, he is a part of he is such a crucial part of history. Julian Edelman is not. Tom Brady is. Julian Edelman is not. Can you tell a story of football and leave Eli Manning out of that story with that time frame that he won Super Bowls? And I don't think you can. And the quarterback position is way differently than a slot receiver, especially when you're talking about the others. So when you talk about leaving a legacy, I think Eli Manning is that floor guy. Like, if he didn't win championships and you look back at his stats and say, whoa, he's this and he's that, guess what? He won 2 championships, though, and was the quarterback of championship caliber teams. And he was underdogs, and he's going on and beating undefeated Patriot teams. That matters. That matters. So what? Edelman he won a Super Bowl because of Tom Brady. He didn't win it because of him. He won it because of Tom Brady's the best ever. Tom Brady has to throw the ball to someone. It's boring to give it to Tom Brady. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it with that garbage. So now because Edelman won a Super Bowl MVP, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. God, that's garbage. That's trash. It's a shame that the Hall of Fame is now being discussed where Julian Edelman actually deserves a chance to get in. What a joke. That is a disgrace to football. That's a disgrace to the Hall of Famers that put everything out there and actually are at the top of the top. It's a nightmare that I'm living right now, thinking that Julian Edelman should be in the conversation. What a nightmare. Oh, Eli Manning, though, like, that one's controversial. That one's in that level of like, hey, it's close. It's not. Him winning 2 Super Bowls and being the quarterback to do it and beat those Patriots dynasties, I think he's the floor of the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. That's where I'm at now with Eli. There were times where I thought no, nah, but now it is. Yeah, that I agree with Mikey right here. That shows where the world is. Everyone deserves to be recognized. No, You're a good player. You were a good player. You were nothing more than a good player. Crazy. I can't believe we're having this right now. No, I would not. No, I don't even think Donovan McNabb. I don't think Donovan McNabb's a Hall of Famer. So here I am saying Donovan McNabb's a Hall of Famer, yet I'm supposed to say if Edelman was on the Eagles, he'd be a Hall of Famer. I don't think McNabb's a Hall of Famer. He's one guy out. He's fringe. You got a guy who was an unbelievable talent. He's fringe. Fringe. He's first guy out. If I think Donovan McNabb is more in the first guy out than first guy in, there's no fucking shot in hell that Julian Edelman deserves to be in this conversation. What a world we live in. God damn, what a world we live in. It's not no way Donovan makes it to the Hall. It's like, yes, he doesn't, but he's not like so out there. There's a layer of definites, then there's a layer of fringe, and then there's that layer of first out. He's in that first out. So, I mean, he's close, but he's not in. He's close, but he's not in. So, you know, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Yes, the old imagine using Super Bowls as your fallback when it's not a quarterback position. Like that matters. It matters who you are, who you're playing with. There's a difference between winning Super Bowls with Nick Foles as a wide receiver compared to Tom Brady. I mean, the fact that like this honestly, like I got now I'm back on my I got to keep going. I got to tweet again. I am blown away by this Julian Edelman support. If anything, this just shows you the power of Tom Brady. That there are actually individuals that think he should be in a grouping of with the best wide receivers to ever play. Tom Brady effect. The Tom Brady effect. I gotta redo this. I'm actually blown away by this. I'm actually blown away by the support Julian Edelman is getting. If anything, this just shows you the power of Tom Brady, and we should give him even more praise. How should he be in a grouping with the best? Sorry, I'm in like I'm just like I'm baffled. I'm just baffled. I'm baffled by this. Just baffled by this conversation. Now I got to make sure there's no errors. If anything, it just shows you the power of Tom Brady, and we should give him even more praise. How should Edelman be in a grouping with the best wide receivers to ever play? The Tom Brady effect. Wow, amazing. Bang, we're done. All right, there we are. No, leading off with Brodes, not for both games. No, not for both games. I got to figure out exactly what I'm going to do for leading off with Brodes. I do not know the answer to that question yet. I do not know the answer to that question. Amazing. Imagine making the Hall of Fame, but never making a Pro Bowl. Yeah, the Pro Bowl is a joke too, though. Well, Gronk's a different story. Gronk now, I mean, like you talk about Gronk, that's just a totally different story. Christian, the Capitals did get fleeced by Detroit. We actually have, we recorded Open Ice Hits this morning. It'll be uploaded and edited and chopped up and whatnot. Not that there actually needs to be much chopped up at all. I guess more so just edited, or not edited, exported. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for after Coffee with Brodes is over. Where are we here? This is disrespectful to Randy Moss, Jerry Jones. Couldn't agree with you more. Do I think Giroux makes the Hall of Fame? Probably not. He's going to have 1,000 games played. He's going to have 1,000 points by the end of his career, I would imagine. But no, I do not think that Giroux makes the Hall of Fame. I do not think. We gave Raffle away for free? No, we didn't. We got a 5th-round pick. What do you expect to get from Michael Raffle? What do you say we gave him away for free? It's Michael Raffle. You got a 5th-round pick. Dude, what did you expect to get from Michael Raffle? Am I disappointed with the Flyers' moves? No, not at all. I actually liked them. I really enjoy the addition of Scott Lawton. I thought that addition was amazing. 5 years, $3 million AAV. I actually put that in the category of like a really solid move. Amazing's a little strong, but I put that in the category of that's a really solid, strong move to lock a guy up for 5 seasons at $3 million AAV for the versatility of up the middle, having center depth if need be. Can play wing, can play special teams. I really like what they did with Scott Lawton. For Raffle, you get a 5th-round pick for a guy who's not going to be here anymore. I thought what the Flyers did made a lot of sense. I thought Raffle's a 4th-line guy. Yeah, but like that, Kevin, they're not in the spot. They are too much of a disaster mode to make. They're not making moves to help out their defense. They pretty much admitted we are not a playoff team. We need to go in another direction. We will resurface all of our problems in the offseason. Their statement was, we're going to make change. The trade deadline's not the time to do that. We're selling, which is their statement. We are selling. We're headed in a different direction. We are not buyers, which is admitting that there needs to be a different move here. But, yeah, it was a good move all around. So 5th round isn't bad for Raffle. Surprised they were even able to get a pick for Gustafson. Yeah, you're right. They got a 7th-round pick, and they had to pay money to keep some of Gustafson's contract to even get rid of him. That's how bad he was. I disagree on all the teams. What did Christian say? The Flyers fans on Twitter are some of the dumber people on this planet. I think you can say that for every team here in this city, though. Eagles Twitter is terrible. Sixers Twitter is worse than Eagles Twitter, and that's saying a lot. And Flyers Twitters are morons. I guess and I'm not even going to say logical by any means, but I guess Phillies Twitter is kind of all right. They're going to have your emotional times and whatnot, but Phillies Twitter's okay. That's all. They're okay. What should Embiid make to be a top 10 all time? What does that mean? What should he make? What does that mean? I think they did fine at the deadline. They had me pissed all day not making any moves until the final hour. Yeah, I think because they kept Lawton, that's what bothers people because of the market. And look, you could have maybe gotten a 1st. If Savard goes for a 1st, you were getting Taylor Hall goes for a 2nd to Buffalo, which, geez, they trade him on tour for a 3rd, and they get a 2nd for Taylor Hall. That's just crazy. And getting rid of Curtis Lazar. Could you have gotten a 1st-round pick and pulled what the Leafs are going to do with Columbus, which is the Columbus is going to get Foligno back. That's what's going to happen. They're going to play him out in Montreal in the Maple Leafs with Toronto. He's going to go back to Columbus, so Columbus is going to get a 1st and a 4th, and then he's going to go back and just be that player again. Could you have done that with Scott Lawton? Maybe, but well, yeah. I mean, to be fair, there's fans like this in every city. There's fans like this in every market. There's fans like this in every area, especially along the East Coast. But, yeah, I mean, Ben Simmons lovers are lunatics. What are they talking about? Yeah, it's crazy. Is Aaron Rodgers a Hall of Famer? Yeah, I mean, his legacy on the game, like that's what it's about legacy. How does your name and how does your play and how does your not so much statistics, even though people do go in that direction. I think it's more legacy than numbers. How does your legacy, how is it left? How are you talked about when the game is over? Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen on the history of planet Earth. He deserves to get it. And he has the silverware to kind of back it up. Amazing. Ben Simmons is Bay. God bless you for that. The Flyers need a hard reset. Yeah, they do. I mean, they do need a hard reset. The problem is, and we've been through this, to trade Sean Couturier would be dumpster fire territory. You have a Selke winner with that contract right now. It would be a disaster to have to move on from him. Claude Giroux has the no trade, and no one's touching Jake Voracek's contract. So there's two options. You trade a Selke winner at his age, which is just terrible to even think about, and a joke that you were even in that position to begin with. You get Claude Giroux to make that no trade clause happen, and you ask him to be moved, and he would have to be willing to do it. Or you find a way to get Seattle. You throw in some picks, and there might have to be some hefty picks. You trade in some picks and say, hey, take Jake Voracek from us in the expansion draft. Although I wouldn't touch that contract with a 10-foot pole if I'm Seattle, unless you're giving up the house and giving up some first-round picks and whatnot. But that might be the only way to do it. Brodes, are you worried about the Phillies pitching or offense more? Not really the bullpen, but we started 5-1 and now we're 1-3 due to pitch. Well, because you're not going to keep a 5-1 pace forever, and you're going up against a Braves team on the road that is better than you. So that's more of a product of why you started losing games as well. It's not just so much, well, your pitching is the reason why you started to fall off. The team you're playing got better. The team that you're playing is better than you. You're just getting into a flow of a season. You're not a 5-1 pace type of team. That would be outrageous. You're just kind of getting back into reality a little bit more. So that's more of it as well. But I'm more worried about their pitching than their offense. I think their offense will be just fine. I think their offense is it's not going to be an overpowering offense, but the offense should be able to do its job and hold you into games. The pitching, I think Matt Moore is a bad pitcher. I think you're going to have to rely heavily on that bullpen once you get to the back end of the rotation, and even sometimes at the top of your rotation, which is then going to even be a brutal part of your bullpen later in it. It's like one big snowball effect. So I would say pitching more than your offense. I think your offense will be fine. It's not going to be, everyone's going to bitch and complain. Well, you got to be better. You got to get more. You got to get more home runs. You got to score more runs. If you can score enough runs like that, I think people put too much emphasis on what this offense is, right? Like, they're a good offense. They're not an elite offense. They're not an insanely powerful, monstrous offense. They're a good offense. I'd say I'm more concerned about maybe the pitching more than the offense. I'd be happy with the Phillies winning 83 games. Ooh, God, 83 I would be disappointed with. I would be disappointed with 83 wins this season. If you told me at the end of the season I'm watching 83 wins, I'm disappointed. I said 87. And you might think 4 wins, Brodes, that's it? Like, that's not that much of a difference. Yes, it is. There's a difference between being an 83-win team and being an 87-win team. There's a big difference in those 4 wins in terms of the feel on the season. Now, in terms of being over 500, it's been since I was 2 years old since they've been over 500. Of course, I'm being a little bit sarcastic here, but my point is valid. It's been so damn long since that's happened. You think, well, 83 is a step in the right direction. Sure it is. I think they're still more of an 86, 87-win team, whether that gets you in the wild card spot or not. I think that's realistically where they can be. Now, 91. Now we're getting in the territory of, 83 is too little. 91 is way too high. 83 is too much on that. No, I need more than that. 91 is, no. 91 might be winning the division. 91 might be where the Braves land. 91, 92, that might be the territory of that's going to win your division. So I see the Phillies more in that 87 territory than anything closer to that. 91 is a little out there. I mean, you're as I just alluded to, you're talking about a team that hasn't been over 500 in how many years? Yet they're just going to make a big jump to 91. Now that's going to an extreme. Brodes. My bigger problem is with BS running the offense. Oh, Ben Simmons. Is that what you're saying, Ben Simmons? Brodes, my bigger problem is with Ben Simmons running the offense, I struggle to watch games. What the hell are we going to do about this? Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think the Sixers are worried about you struggling to watch games, right? I don't think Doc Rivers is going, you know what? GT on YouTube is struggling to watch games, so we're going to have to make a change to the offense. They don't see it being a problem. Simmons is 24, more than enough time before more dominant. Maybe a bad playoff loss will help him be more aggressive. We've seen that already a million times. We've seen the bad playoffs and him being a problem in the playoffs. That's already been an issue. So you would think that would already click in his brain that he needs to make a change and he needs to be better. That's where the problem is. The Phillies are very good. 91 seems normal. It's not normal. 91 wins you a division. 91 in this division, because of how competitive it is, Do you think Acuna wins MVP? This kid is special. All right, this kid is ridiculous. This kid is insane. He's so damn good. He's so damn good. Let's look at what he's slashing so far. My God, he's hitting 447 with 4 home runs. He's got 17 hits on the season. He's got 5 home runs, 7 RBI, two. Oh, I'm sorry, that was spring training. I was like, wait, I just said he had 4 home runs. Jesus. He's got 17 hits, 10 runs scored, 447. He's slugging 947. His OPS is 1447. Oh my goodness gracious. My man is on a tear. 5 walks, 3 stolen bases. Oh my Lord. Yeah, he's special. He's 23, by the way. Oh, he's going to be waxing that ass for way too long here in Philadelphia. He's going to be crushing this team for way too long. What's up, Chris? What's going on, man? How are you today? Yeah, dude. Acuna. Yeah, I mean, Acuna. It's funny. I had a debate with one of my buddies, right? And it wasn't like a serious debate, but he said that, what was exactly the wording on it? It was about Freddie Freeman. I'm going to look it up exactly word by word what it was, because it was about Freddie Freeman and Acuna. And here we go. 300 hitter. Where did I mention that? Here you go. Acuna has every tool. Freeman is good. Acuna is one of the best 3 players in baseball. And I said, Acuna is that new hot, shiny toy. But when you look at Freddie Freeman, I still think he's the best player on the Braves. I think that has to do with consistency and whatnot. And I said, look, Freddie Freeman, in over 5,000 at-bats, has a 300 batting average. That is ridiculous. Do I think Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to have that style of level of play? Like, in 5,000 at-bats, is Acuna going to hit 300? I don't know. Maybe. I think Acuna's that hot, shiny toy, and right now he's hitting 447. That's not sustainable. I don't know what he's going to be, but I don't know if he's going to be able to give you 5,000 ABs and 300 batting average. I still think Freddie Freeman is like your guy. He's your more professional, consistent hitter for sure. But that doesn't take away from Acuna. I just think Freddie Freeman is that best player because of the veteran presence, because of it. And yeah, he doesn't know anything about the market for signing that 8-year, $100 million. Like, that's why when these Braves fans are like, oh, you're so stupid for spending all this money and you're so dumb for buying Bryce Harper that way. Well, like, it's not normal what you did. What you got out of Acuna Jr. for 8 years, $100 million. He had no idea. He had no clue. He didn't realize what he was doing at the time. So with that being said, yeah, you got lucky. You got lucky, and you took advantage of some players that had no business signing those deals. There's a reason why Mookie Betts got signed for what he did. There's a reason why Scott Boras is an advisor and is an agent that screws over a lot of these franchises. There's a reason why Mike Trout signed for what he signed. Yeah, you got lucky with some of these players that just had no clue what they were doing, unfortunately. I was thinking about what would Freddie Freeman get on this market with his age. He's 31. He'll be 32 in September. So you're getting Freddie Freeman at 3 years. I mean, the production is there. And I think he's going to be a Braves for life kind of guy. He's going to be a guy that's going to stay there. And I would imagine, by the way, Yeah, Soto's another one. Like, we have all these young studs that are going to tear up the NL for quite some time. With Freddie, though, I'm curious what he's going to get. I'm sure he'll take more of a team friendly kind of deal, a team friendly, not team friendly, friendly. But I think he would do what it takes to a degree to stay in Atlanta and play that way out with his family there, and just being an Atlantisman for his career. I think that there would be something there for it. I wonder the years, and I wonder the money, though, the compensation for sure. The NL East is the best division in baseball, for sure it is. I wonder, though, with the Padres and that NL West, it might be more top-heavy, though. I think it's more competitive in the National League East, but is there more firepower up at the top of the NL West? So there might be more competitive teams involved in the NL East. But if you talk about championship caliber teams between the Padres, who are 8-3, the Dodgers, who are 8-2, are they more World Series bound and more of a two-teamer race than it is, hey, there's teams closer to one another in the NL East, but they're not as ready to win now style. But unfortunately, here we are at 10 o'clock. And yes, I know we did have some technical difficulties where I had to reset the stream due to Wi-Fi issues, but we are going to end the stream here at 10 o'clock still. I want to thank everybody for joining the show today. I had a lot of fun, except for the frustrating 10 minutes or so where I had to reset, but that does happen in this world that we live in. Thank you all so much, and we do have a doubleheader of baseball. Leading off with Brodes is a thing. The first game is at 4. That means leading off with Brodes will be about 3 o'clock. Make sure you are tuned in for that. I'm excited for some Phillies baseball today. Not excited for 7 innings, but excited for Phillies baseball. Thank you all. See you guys.